would be visible directly over the giant obelisk.
The Pleiades is a group of 7 bright stars. For the Egyptians, they would use these stars as a way to figure out all sorts of judgments that needed to be made in many different things.
I find it fascinating that in the ancient world, in places of great power and great influence, they built monuments aligned with the Pleiades. So the fact that we find the Washington Monument also aligning with the Pleiades, is that coincidence?
In a city largely built to evoke ancient cities like Athens and Rome, is the dominant architectural structure based on an icon of ancient Egypt.
It is the largest obelisk in the world, 555 feet high. It draws the eye, and it draws the eye up. We have to ask, what did the Founding Fathers want us to see?
The idea of the obelisk is that it's frozen sunlight. They believe that the energy of the god Ra literally came through that antenna. The same concept is shown here in Washington, D.C. with the obelisk sitting in the center of Washington, or near the center of Washington, bringing that energy in from the stars and radiating it outward into the sacred precinct.
They have a reflecting pool. Why? To reflect the obelisk. Washington's monument points to the heavens. With the reflecting pool, it points below. There is a direct correlation between what happens here below and what's happening up there.
For ancient astronaut theorists, it's not just the placement of the Washington Monument and the Capitol building that point to the stars, but the layout of the entire city, which harkens back to ancient places like Egypt, Greece, and Rome.
Washington, D.C. is laid out perfectly straight lines radiating from different little hubs around the city. They converge on places like the Capitol building, the White House. It is a revelation of clarity that highlights the cornerstones of American democracy.
Washington, D.C. was conceived from the very beginning as a sacred space. In fact, it is a 10 by 10 square mile diamond matrix into which the Founding Fathers believed they could pour all their Enlightenment teachings and bring them to life within its capitals and its other buildings.
Stupid now. It's funny at first.
Another Freemason, Pierre Charles L'Enfant, was selected by President Washington to create a layout of the city within the 10-mile diamond of the District of Columbia. He began by aligning the corners of the square with the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west.
It is not by coincidence. There is a scientific, rational way of developing the city of Washington.